Hello! In this video we will talk about fractional or rational exponents. What we have here is the definition of x to the power of m over n. This is an exponential expression where the exponent is a fraction. According to this definition, we can write it in radical form as the nth root of x to the m's power or the nth root of x all to the m's power. So, as you see, when we write this expression in radical form, the numerator m becomes the exponent of x and the denominator n becomes the index of the radical. To understand how we write this in radical form, let's look at the following example. Let's say we need to find what is the fifth root of x to the 15th power. To simplify this, we need to find an expression that we raise to the fifth power to get x to the 15th power. That expression will be x cubed. And this is because if we multiply these exponents, we need to get 15. So then, we can say that the fifth root of x to the 15th power is x cubed. And notice that to get this exponent 3, we can also just divide 15 by 5. Now, let's see another example. That will be the fifth root of x squared. Now, in this expression, if we divide 2 by 5, we will not get a whole number. But we can still write it in exponential form by dividing the exponent 2 by the index 5. So then, if we have an exponential expression where the exponent is a fraction, we can write it in radical form, and the numerator 2 will become the exponent of x, and the denominator 5 will become the index. Now, according to the definition above, we can also write this expression as the fifth root of x all to the second power. So the exponent 2 can be inside the radical or it can be outside. So why is that? This is because in the expression x to the power of 2 over 5, the fraction 2 over 5 can be written as a product. We can write it either as 2 times 1 over 5, or if we have x to the 2 over 5th power, we can write it as x to the 1 over 5 times 2. So 2 times 1 over 5 is 2 over 5, and 1 over 5 times 2 is also 2 over 5. Now, in the first case, we can also write this expression as x squared, that is raised to the 1 over 5. Then, if we write this expression in radical form, inside we will have x squared, and because the outer exponent is 1 over 5, this means that x squared is raised to the first power and the index is 5. Then because 2 times 1 is just 2, we can write this expression as the fifth root of x squared. Now, in the second case, we can write the expression as x to the 1 over 5 all to the second power. Then, because the expression inside the parentheses has a fractional exponent, we can write it in radical form as the fifth root of x to the first power, all this to the second power. And if we write x to the first power as just x, then we will have the fifth root of x all to the second power. So, as you see, just because in a product we can interchange the numbers, then we can write this exponent 2 either inside the radical or outside. Now, when evaluating exponential expressions with rational exponents, it is often desirable to use the second form because it involves working with smaller numbers. Let's see an example. Let's say we have to evaluate 125 raised to the power of 2 over 3. If we write it in radical form, we will have the cube root of 125 to the second power. So according to the rule above, we keep the exponent 2 inside the radical. Then if we raise 125 to the second power, we will get 15,625. Then here, with such a large number, we might be using a calculator, and the cube root of 15,625 is 25. Now let's write this expression one more time. So 125 to the power of 2 over 3. In the second case, we will start the radical with the cube root of 125, and we will move the exponent 2 outside the parentheses. Then inside we get to work with smaller numbers, and the cube root of 125 is 5, and 5 squared is 25. So as you see here, in the second case, we got to work with smaller numbers. And I also wanted to mention here that the number 125 is a product of three factors, 5 times 5 and times 5. Then the expression 125 to the power of 2 over 3 represents the product of two of these three factors. And this product makes 25. I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching.